Hello, everyone. So, welcome to yet another episode of Renaissance with Swati. And today I have a very special guest and a very special friend of mine, Deepika Sadhu. And you already know how glowing she is on the screen right now. Deepika, welcome to my show. How are you doing
Thank
today?
you so much. Doing very well. Thank you so much for inviting me to your podcast.
Thank you. So I'll tell a few lines about Deepika first. So Deepika is working as a successful talent acquisition professional with an e-commerce giant Amazon. She has pursued her economics graduate in MBA in HR, and she comes with a diverse experience of 12 years with multiple domains in the HR field. And she's an inspiration and has worked with multiple Fortune 500 companies. And just as one more secret, when I was a kid, when I was in school, I used to be a very shy person. I used to hide behind people all the time. I never used to speak out. But Deepika was always out there. She was always sharing her opinions with everyone. She was always there on the stage. And it was when I met Deepika, I saw Deepika, I realized that, I should be voicing out my opinions too. I should be going out there too. And so today, what I am, it is all because of Deepika. Thank you so much.
Most welcome. I always knew you had it in you. Just someone to pull you out of the shell was required.
Yes, so that was you. Thank you so much. So, Deepika, how does it feel to be working with a tech giant like Amazon? Do you feel any mental pressure or stress? And how do you deal with that?
Um, so yes, definitely it's a little stressful. Yes, it is uh it's very taxing, but at the end of the day, I feel content with my work. The zeal to do better than what I've done yesterday. The zeal to bring the right talent, to match the right talent with the right opportunity. Um, that provides an intrinsic happiness, which is which can't be described in words. So anything and everything
Okay.
you know,
So
justifies
that,
that.
okay. So that helps you handle the pressure also.
Absolutely.
So being a leader, in the HR domain, in the HR field, you must be facing a lot of challenges. So how do you deal with all those challenges of being a leader? And what is your advice for the budding leaders who want to pursue their careers with MBA in the HR domain?
Right. I think a challenge which is experienced by all the leaders across the domain has been time management and prioritization. We all have our to-do list full of activities that needs to be done. I think prioritizing them well and ensuring that you will complete one big block of the day uh,
Right.
will definitely help you. At least that's a recommendation I got from one of my mentors that,
Okay.
pick one big rock, ensure that you complete that during your working hours so that you sleep peacefully at night, that yes, you will finally able to move one big rock out
Yeah.
of your list. Um, Otherwise, the list of activities are endless. We need to prioritize and conquer and have achieve victory.
That's a wonderful advice because in my career also, my to-do list is always full. And even when I go to sleep at night, that to-do list always keep on floating in my mind that, I have to do this, I have to do that. But yes, if you do a rock today itself, then at least you can sleep peacefully at night. That's wonderful
Correct.
advice. Thank
Yeah.
you. So, Deepika, my next question is that today's market, it's very fragile. People are being
Yeah.
fired just like that on days notices. There's stress throughout the industry. So as an
Yeah.
HR, what is your take on that? What is your advice for people to handle these kind of situations?
Right. I think uh, a business cycle is very dynamic in nature and prone to having peaks and troughs based on macroeconomic conditions, which are further influenced by geopolitical circumstances, right?
Right.
We are no longer in an era where, if you are in corporate world, if you're working with private sector, there is no job security
Right.
because nobody is indispensable for an organization,
Right.
right?
Right.
So this definitely has become part and parcel. I think two things. One, from organizations end, I believe this needs to be done very respectfully, right?
Right.
I do understand that leaders have positive intent, and only in the most dire situation, workforce reduction happens. But it needs
Right.
to be done very respectfully, and most importantly, in an empathetic manner.
Of course.
That's from the organization's end. I think from employees' end, it's easier said than done that, one should not feel bad. Of course, one feels bad. There are no two questions
Right.
about it.
Right.
But I think what is important is take this as as an opportunity to, explore something better and bigger for yourself, to keep upskilling yourself,
Okay.
uh, right, in the meantime,
Mm-hmm.
to make yourself future ready for the organizations. Um, and, keep trying. There is that one right company, one right role for you where you can contribute as well as learn and grow. So
Right.
never lose hope. And, that perseverance is extremely important. And I can say that from my own experience because I have myself taken a 2 year break, a career break.
Okay.
Coming from a career break of 2 years is not easy.
Of course.
Um,
Of course.
right.
Right.
But perseverance was the key. It was not that there was some magic wand which helped me crack every interview. There were
Of course.
probably 10 rejections before I got through Amazon.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
so I think that's something that individuals need to have, that tenacity, that perseverance
Right.
there.
Right. Right. That's a wonderful advice, Deepika. So, Deepika, many of us do not know, why we should do MBA. When we are in our high schools or colleges, we just think that, we should do MBA. It's kind of a higher degree that we should be pursuing, but we don't know
Right.
what avenues MBA open for us because people are still struggling that, yes, we want to do MBA, but what after MBA? They don't know. They're just doing in that rat race. So, what do you feel about that?
Uh, Swati, unfortunately, our education system at the school level has not evolved and picked up pace, with the industry of opportunities. I think there is there's a career counseling or career boot camp that happens in some of the Western countries, right?
Right.
Which provides insights to students as to what all opportunities lie
Right.
school. I think that's something that should be done in our schooling system as well. Having said that, in that absence, uh, the students need to uh, really network with people, understand what all opportunities are there, understand what is their intrinsic learning orientation, and then map that with the external opportunities out there. And then if the marriage makes sense is when they should figure out whether MBA really makes sense or is a good fit, is the right value proposition for them, right? See, what MBA does is makes you future ready for your career, helps you explore new industries, new functions, uh, can also, students who have an entrepreneurial streak, uh,
Right. Right.
they help, the MBA helps them to build that connect, that circle, right? To start, to have their own startup, or to accelerate your career path, or to, expand, diversify your
Right.
network, right? These are the reasons to do your MBA. Basically, MBA will enhance your marketability as a professional, uh, and increase the quality and quantity of job opportunities. But you
Of
need to first
course.
figure out what is the job opportunity that you are chasing, right? It's not some MBA will not act as a golden ticket that will automatically admit to some high-paying job with like
Right.
huge responsibility. Ultimately, it takes passion, proactivity, and hard work to expand your knowledge and skills and get that right opportunity.
So, how did you find your passion? What motivates you to get up every day, go to office, and work what you are doing today? Did you already know that you want to go into that field? How did you explore? How did you find your passion?
Interestingly, I pursued economics, and while I did love number crunching and know about statistical logic of uh, various phenomena around, but I was always a very people person, right? I always felt
Right.
people were more complicated than numbers. Um, that was something that was always there with me. In fact, if not for economics honors, I would have rather pursued journalism or something in advertising, marketing.
Right.
Uh,
Right. Right.
when I started off, even I didn't have that right
Mm-hmm.
knowledge. Where is it that I
Mm-hmm.
want to go, where I want to build my career? But over a period of time after my graduation, I realized that I'm more of people person, more of a
Right.
person who likes to interact uh, uh, with different people, learn about their stories, learn about their journey. I think somewhere during my third year, I made that decision that instead of further building my career in economics, I
Mm-hmm.
would switch to MBA and HR. And in that ways, MBA was the um, uh, right way for me to switch, to make that switch in my career
Right.
uh,
No, that's
from
really nice.
economics to people function. So yeah, that was my
So you
story.
realized at the right time because I see a lot of students still struggling at the end of their graduations. What should we pursue as a higher study? They still don't know. They say MBA, but then what about MBA? What after MBA? So your insights, I think, will help everyone understand why we should do MBA all about. Okay. So my last question. You are a working mom to a very beautiful daughter. So how do you manage the work-life balance? How is it to be a working mom? How does it feel like that?
Um, I definitely want to say it's not easy, but it's not difficult as well. It's very important to have a support system at home,
Of course.
especially with your spouse. Ultimately, a child is not just a mother's responsibility, but father's responsibility as well. So it's very important to have that tandem with your spouse and share the responsibility jointly.
Right.
Um, every weekend we are me and my husband, we are kind of matching our calendars. We are trying to see who's going to office when, or even at the beginning of each day we are figuring out our calendars and ensuring that
Right.
one of us is spending quality time
Mhm.
with the child, ensuring that her
Right.
needs are
Right.
met, both
Right.
emotionally as well as anything to do with her studies. So
Yeah.
that partnership is needed. It's very important. The other thing, especially for women, I would say, uh, l- let's just get out of that mom's guilt. Trust
Right.
me, by managing both work as well as home is going to set a great example for your children.
Yeah.
They will also become multitaskers like yourself. So
Right.
we should not have that guilt that, oh, we are missing out on our
Yeah.
child's milestones. Yeah.
That's wonderful. And I think that's beautiful also because that will teach our children how to manage those stresses, how to manage the pressures that we are handling, how to maintain
Yeah.
that work-life balance, how to do time management, people management,
Yeah.
all those sort of things. When they look at us, they will be learning those things from us intrinsically, and it will help them grow in their careers as well. So that's a beautiful advice, Deepika. Oh, all right. Thank you so much. It was wonderful talking to you after so long. And as always, you've always been an inspiration to me. And I think you'll be an inspiration to so many people out there. Thank you so much and have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye bye.